Good day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have with us a very interesting host. His name is Ovais Iqbal. Most of you might have already seen him on a couple of shows that he does on the web and on GeoTV and a couple of other places. Very public figure in Toronto, well known, well professionally accomplished as well in his professional life. So anyway, without me having to give a full introduction, I'll give Ovais the opportunity. So Ovais, if you can get started by telling us a little bit about yourself first.
Yeah, so first of all, Saad, thank you very much for having me at your Canada Professional Connect platform. It's always a pleasure to come meet with you and meet with your audience and people, those who are looking, to seek guidance. We are still looking for guidance, but if we can provide guidance to someone, it's most appreciated. So as you mentioned, I mean, obviously, I play many roles in the community humbly, and I came to Canada in 2000 from Karachi, Pakistan. So I belong from Karachi, but also lived in Lahore and Islamabad. I have jobs there in Lahore and Islamabad, but came to Canada in 2000. And fast forward in 2021 years, Alhamdulillah, I was able to, achieve a lot. I mean, you have to dream and then you have to start working towards your dream, and Allah Ta'ala make it happen.
That's interesting. So, I mean, like you summarized that 21 years, and I wrote a bit of a realization when you said that 25, 21 years. So, currently, what is your role, and a little bit of background how you landed in that professional role?
Yeah, so basically, I came to Canada as a computer programmer back then. That was one of the category in professional skilled class immigration. When I came to Canada, I also had Microsoft Certified Systems Engineering certification with me from Pakistan, and I used to teach there in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. So that basically helped me. In fact, first few months were very difficult. Now you're reminding me. I remember I went for a factory job. I bought, you know, uh, the
Hard
uh,
hat.
the hard hat, the steel toe shoes. And I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
remember Kiels and Steels area. I went to work in a factory on $8 an hour just to meet my expenses. So it took me 3, 4 months, and then I landed into teaching job. Teaching is my one of the passion for last 20 plus years, 30 years. So I found one course to teach at Seneca College, which was my fourth month in the country. And then I was able to land into a full-time employment with a company called Getronics, which is Compicom now. That was November 2000. I cannot forget those dates. So this is where my professional journey began in Canada. And then 5 years at Getronics, then I moved to another company called Unis Lumen, which is now SoftChoice, for 2 years. And then I moved from there to Cisco about 14 years ago. So this is where about 20 years of professional career at in Canada. So 5, 6 years at Seneca College in parallel. So I designed few courses and I taught a number of courses there. Then I started teaching professional courses all the way up to CCIE. So I did my Cisco Certified Engineering Expert certification in 2008, and then I taught that certification to many people here in Canada.
That's interesting. And with regards to your professional, so you are now, what's the role that you play in Cisco?
Yeah, so my role is Director Systems Engineering at Cisco Canada. So this is my fourth or fifth position within Cisco. And this is where I try not to sit idle every 2, 3 years, try to look for other opportunities within the company. So I started as a design implementation engineer at Cisco, then moved into a pre-sales role and then moved into management. So last 4 years, I lead team of sales engineers across Canada at Cisco.
So, any advice for folks who might be navigating through their careers here in Canada? Like, how do you professionally navigate? What is it that keeps you ahead of the game, so to speak?
Yeah, there are two key things that I would suggest which can keep you ahead of the game. Number one is you need to have desire within you, desire to rise up, right? The current has to be there. If the spark is not there, then it's very hard to, start a dead person or start a dead engine or something, right? So that is number one. And number two comes from the religious beliefs, right? I mean, that is where even in Quran Kareem, Allah Ta'ala has said, कि हर इल्म वाले के ऊपर एक इल्म वाला है. Every knowledgeable person has somebody else above him. So the point I'm trying to make is, when you're sitting and talking to people, those who are at your own level, let's say everybody in your circle makes 60, $70,000 an average kind of job, then you start feeling that this is the highest you could go. You need to have wiser people in your circle, people those who are higher, those who have better jobs, those who have more understanding of the country and profession. And this is where you can seek guidance from them, and slowly you will see rising up. So this is the fundamental problem. If you do not have these kind of people in your circle, then most likely you will stay within where you are in the plus minus of 5-10%. So that is number one. I would suggest to have that mentor who can help you, who can handhold you and take you to the next level where you want to be.
Very beautifully said. I think, yeah, the relevance of fundamentals definitely plays a major role. One last question for you, Wes, and that is, and I'm sure you will have a very big answer for this because you've been involved in so many activities. But what is your take on giving back to the community?
Yeah, so giving back is one of the major thing that we all should, look to participate in. We cannot ignore that. अच्छा इसमें maybe I can add something in Urdu as well. So giving back is not only from the standpoint of making a monetary donation, right? Giving back is from all perspectives. If Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has given you time, if He has given you wealth, if He has given you knowledge, right? If you've got skills, from all perspectives, you should give back. So even if you pick up a phone or if you talk to some of your friends, they're seeking advice. If you give them the right advice, it's also giving back exercise. So please do not keep your successes to yourself. Please open your heart, and it will be always good if you start sharing some of the good stuff with people around you, whether it's your money, it's your time, it's your skills, and that giving back is going to help strengthen yourself, your belief, your friends, your community. And in the end, I mean, as we live in Canada, we are ambassador of Pakistan as well as we are ambassador of Islam as well. So we need to carry ourselves from both the lenses to continuously contribute to local society, to our friends, to our families, and we cannot forget our motherland, Pakistan. In whichever way we can give back there, we should always remember that.
Yeah, and you've been involved with a couple of organizations where you do fundraising as well. Tell us a little bit about those as well.
Yes, at the moment, I'm humbly part of the Human Concern International, which is the oldest charity in Canada, 40 years in the making. So I sit on their board. I used to be their brand ambassador, and I also represent Deaf Reach Schools Pakistan. We have 7 schools there. It's an amazing story. Maybe at another time we can speak about
Yeah,
it.
I think importance a full separate conversation in itself, but yeah.
Citizens went to Pakistan 30 years ago to serve the deaf community. So I'm so happy to represent those students across Pakistan. That is one aspect. And I also, Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala has given me the skills to help charity organizations to strategize their fundraising strategies. So I have, humbly helped, 15, 20 organizations over the last 3, 4 years. And last week I was looking at it for someone, and I was feeling so proud, Alhamdulillah, that through the help of the skills that Allah Ta'ala has given me, we were able to raise about $3 million in the last
Wow.
4 years, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's amazing, Wes. Thank you so much. And like you said, every topic that you've touched in your last 7 minutes conversation warrants an even bigger conversation out of it. And I'm sure we will reach out to you in the future to set up another call and talk deeply about something else. So thank you so much for doing this today.
Yes, absolutely. Quickly, last 30 seconds, I would say, you're doing a great job and people should not lose any hope. If we are able to get here, anybody can get here. And there are people, those who are even achieved higher and higher successes than us, which we always admire. And we always look to improve ourselves where it may be possible. Thank you.